Alright, so the Critics' Choice nominations for film were just recently released. Here is my reaction video. So to be perfectly honest, it's been kind of a weird week in that I was overjoyed about the Golden Globe nominations, and then yes, there's a lot of great stuff here with Critics' Choice, but I was kind of underwhelmed overall by the Critics' Choice nominations. There weren't as many beautiful surprises I was expecting. We didn't get the really cool surprises at Golden Globes, like Nicolas Cage for Dream Scenario, Alma Poisty for Fallen Leaves, wonderful picks for foreign films, like in Motion Picture Drama at the Globes, we got Anatomy of a Fall and The Zone of Interest, whereas at Critics' Choice, neither of those films is in the 10 nominee Best Picture lineup, which is disappointing. One of those two, at least, should be there. Also, I love Barbie. It's in my top 10 of the year easily. It is an incredible film. 18 nominations is overkill. That's a lot. Like, that's crazy. The most nominations ever for a film at Critics' Choice is 14, going back to Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I think La La Land was the other one. Like, 14, 15, fine. 18 nominations is kind of intense, and I feel like there might be some pushback to Barbie in the weeks and months to come because of that. Like, that's a lot of nominations. It feels a bit excessive in a year when we've had a variety of amazing movies. Now, I do think some of my mild disappointment with Critics' Choice is just some of the predictability of what we already saw with Golden Globes. Reading through the lists recently for Critics' Choice, I was rarely surprised in those top categories, mainly because we saw most of these nominations at Golden Globes. I mean, overall, there are some wonderful nominations at Critics' Choice, many of which brought a smile to my face, some of which were kind of predictable, but others not so predictable. I would say I'm probably pretty alone on this one, but Saltburn getting into Best Picture is really cool and unexpected. Now, because it likely took away a placement for like Anatomy of a Fall or Zone of Interest, doesn't make me love it quite as much. But Saltburn is still my number 2 film of the year, and I did not expect to see it in Best Picture at all this season. Like, at all. So to find that title in the Best Picture lineup at Critics' Choice was kind of cool, even though it does confuse me why Saltburn got into Best Picture, but it's not in original screenplay, it's not in supporting actress for Rosamund Pike, it's not in Best Actor for Barry Keoghan. I'm just like, well, okay, so you liked it enough to put it in picture, but not in any of the other top categories? That's weird to me. In the supporting acting categories, I was happy to see Sterling K. Brown nominated for supporting actor. That's really cool. I just watched American Fiction a few days ago. The review is forthcoming. You will see it on the channel here in a matter of days. It is a wonderful movie, and Sterling K. Brown absolutely stands out in that cast. And I know I just said they went overkill on Barbie, but I do very much love that America Ferrera performance in the movie. I'm happy she got nominated in Supporting Actress at Critics' Choice. This might be her only big nomination for Barbie. I mean, we shall see. Supporting Actress is very much all over the place. I am surprised we haven't seen Penelope Cruz get nominated in Supporting Actress for Ferrari at either Golden Globes or Critics' Choice. She was in my initial prediction video for the Oscars. She still might be a late bloomer. I'm still thinking Penelope Cruz has a shot as we get deeper into the season. So let me just go through the top categories real quick. I mean, picture looks pretty much as we expected, except for Saltburn getting in over Anatomy of a Fall or The Zone of Interest. The color purple did get into Best Picture here, even though it missed in the comedy or musical category at Golden Globes. I think the question in Best Picture at Critics' Choice is going to be, will they give it to Barbie with 18 nominations? It seems kind of obvious. However, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon have been doing very well with critics groups, and either one of those movies could win as well. So I don't think Barbie has this in the bag just because it has that whopping 18 nominations. I still don't think it's gonna win picture at Critics' Choice, weirdly enough, although it will win in some categories for sure. Another disappointment at Critics' Choice was no Celine Song for Best Director for Past Lives. She did make it in at Golden Globes, and that was awesome. That was maybe my favorite surprise of Golden Globes morning, Celine Song making it into Screenplay and Director. Like, that was really cool. And of course, she made it into Original Screenplay at Critics' Choice, but she is not here in the director lineup. I would say Alexander Payne probably took her slot for The Holdovers, and that's fine. I love The Holdovers, but it would have been nice to have seen Celine Song get into director, especially because Past Lives is such a critical darling. It's one of the main 2023 releases that has been pushed along as far as it has because of critics, the love from critics for this movie. So that's a little disappointing, but overall the director lineup is very good. Best Actress makes me happy because Greta Lee got in. She is my number one this award season. I want to see Greta Lee get in everywhere. She's probably not going to win anything outside of maybe Film Independent Spirit Awards or something like that, but I adore that performance so much. I think she deserves to get in everywhere, including the Oscars. It's a small movie. It's a subtle performance. So I'm definitely nervous, but she did get in at both Golden Globes and Critics' Choice, so that is an excellent start. I was surprised to see Annette Bening left off this list for Nyad. Margot Robbie probably took her spot for Barbie. Is Margot Robbie going to make it at the Oscars? That's a big question right now. I'm still not feeling it. I don't think it's gonna happen, but if she gets in at SAG, like, we're gonna have to start that conversation. Of course, Margot Robbie is amazing in Barbie. That would be a great Oscar nomination. I'm happy she's here. I think with a lot of ceremonies this season, the winner is gonna come down to Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon and Emma Stone for Poor Things. And then Best Actor is the lineup we all expected. There was no big surprise here. I mean, when you have those 6 slots, when you have 6, in some ways, it does make it easier to include all the top contenders. I mean, there's no Andrew Scott here, no Barry Keoghan, as I said, but Coleman Domingo's in, Jeffrey Wright's in, Paul Giamatti, DiCaprio. Like, I don't know which of these 6 nominees for Best Actor misses on Oscar nominations morning. They're all worthy, they're all fantastic, so it'll be interesting to see like what happens at SAG and BAFTA when there's only the 5 slots, not 6. Supporting actress is also pretty much what we expected. The surprise, I would say here, is America Ferrera in Barbie, taking the slot of, I guess, Rosamund Pike for Saltburn. She got in at the Golden Globes. I do think Ferrera is just happy to be here. I do think the winner is going to be either Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple or Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. And then in Best Supporting Actor, Sterling K. Brown, as I mentioned before, a great nomination here for American Fiction. He took the slot of Willem Dafoe for Poor Things. I still think when it comes to the Oscars, Willem Dafoe has a very good chance of making it in there. They love Dafoe. They have nominated him over and over throughout the years. So if Poor Things overperforms on Oscar nominations morning, I do think Dafoe could get in there, even though he's not on this list for Critics' Choice. With all of that love for Barbie from Critics' Choice, I wonder if Ryan Gosling might have a good chance to win here, although I still think Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer might just sweep the season for the most part. We shall see. The screenplay categories has some wonderful surprises too. I would say original screenplay is pretty much what we expected. There's not a title there where I'm like, wait, what? Where did that come from? Like Air, Barbie, Holdovers, Maestro, May, December, Past Lives. That's pretty close to what the lineup will be at the Oscars. I don't see like a late-breaking surprise happening in that category. Whereas Best Adapted Screenplay at Critics' Choice at least has a couple wonderful additions. All of Us Strangers by Andrew Haig. I'm still hoping, beyond hope, All of Us Strangers gets into Best Adapted Screenplay at the Oscars. I do think there is a strong possibility of that happening. And then Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, making it into Adapted Screenplay at Critics' Choice. That is fantastic. Even though I would have really liked Rachel McAdams to have been nominated in Best Supporting Actress. That didn't happen, sadly, but at least the screenplay was recognized. It is a great one. And then real quickly, the technical categories. Again, no big shockers here. One of my delights is Saltburn getting into both Best Cinematography and Best Production Design. I've been saying it for many weeks. I would love for Saltburn to get a cinematography Oscar nomination. I do think it's worthy. I think it might happen. Getting in here at Critics' Choice helps its chances, at least a little bit. And then lots of Barbie, Maestro, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, of course. Asteroid City got into production design at Critics' Choice. That's great. And then you scroll all the way down to Best Foreign Language Film, and there you have Anatomy of a Fall and The Zone of Interest. These two films from the critics should have done much better. It's kind of shocking to me, honestly, how poorly they did. I mean, Anatomy of a Fall did get into Best Actress at Critics' Choice for Sandra Hüller, which is great. But like Best Picture and Best Director having neither of those films, that's really strange. Like from the critics, really? I expected better. I don't know about you. So overall, my initial reactions to this year's Critics' Choice nominations were a little mixed, but for the most part, kind of going through the lists, going through all the categories, there are some wonderful performances here, great movies nominated in picture and director, my favorite film of the year, Past Lives, getting into Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Actress for Greta Lee. Like, I'm a happy man. That's really great. I do hope Greta Lee continues to get into Best Actress at SAG, BAFTA, and the Oscars. And as the 2024 awards season continues to heat up, know I will be with you every step of the way. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time at the Awards Contender.